What's up, YouTube? This is XM89. Alright, guys, I'm here on the official TCG Konami ban list. The new ban list just dropped yesterday. It goes active on February 7th, so we got a couple of weeks to test before we can really turn around and see what the format's going to be like. Okay. The initial reaction to a lot of things is that some people don't think it's a very good list. Other people think that it does a good job at hitting problematic cards, and it gives the players a lot of things back. To be very honest, I'm in that latter group because I think it does do the job, although I don't agree with a few of the hits on this particular list. All right, now the first thing that I'm going to discuss is right here. The next update will be in a few months. Okay, I'm not liking this. Anytime you use nondescript terminology about when something's going to be coming out, it's never a good sign. People consider few to be 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 6. All right, if Konami does not want to settle on a not before date, fine. Don't give us a date. Just give us the month it's coming out in. Next update will not be before May 2022. Boom. This way we know it's coming in May, sometime in May. You have 31 days to release the list in May. That's great. Allows the players to know when the format's going to end, and it also turns around, it gives you the flexibility of releasing the list when you need to release it. But yeah, that's the whole point. You need to at least let the player base know. Okay? So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this. All right, we're starting off with the first card, Arch Nemesis Protos. Okay, so this card, when I read the fact, reminds me a lot about Calamities, where basically you declare a particular attribute. This card destroys all the monsters of that attribute and then prevents both players from summoning that attribute during the course of the next turn. Definitely not a good card. It's this board wipe and stun card in one, and yeah, it should be banned. Ava going to 0. I can see why. Been playing against a lot of Drytron in Master Duel. Not pleased with that, but anytime Ava goes to the graveyard, you're allowed to get 2 cards back from your 2 favorite monsters back from your graveyard into your hand. Helps fuel perfect Herald of Perfect Ultimateness. Alright, so I get the reason. The only issue, the reason why I'm not thinking this is a good move is basically because Cyber Angel Ben 10's engine is still plausible, and Drytron players can utilize, especially in physical real duels, they can abuse that card anywhere from 4 to 6 times per turn. So they will be able to still have their resources for Herald of Perfect Ultimateness in hand, ready to go, and I just don't think that's very healthy, especially since that card was never designed to be abused like this. I still think Cyber Angel Ben 10 should have been banned instead of this place. Keeping this card at 1 isn't a bad thing when you get rid of the real problem card. The only reason why they're not touching the whole Ritual Fairy engine is basically because the next TCG exclusive archetype is Ritual based. That's my 2 cents on why Ava got the axe and not Ben 10. Moving down, alright, so this is one of the cards that I'm not very happy about. Some more Board of Divinity, or Sovereignty. Basically, it's being utilized by Tri-Brigade Lusk. Normally, this card is summoned, and during the end phase, they drop things like Storm Barrier of the Winds to lock your opponent into special summoning only wind attribute monsters. Yeah, I can see how that is a problem, although it doesn't hurt every deck. It can be problematic at times. To be very honest, I think that this hit kind of overreaches and hurts a lot of other decks, especially in the rogue tiers, predominantly because they really need that end phase search to help set up boards to really be able to compete against the meta decks. I think Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds should have been banned in its place. That's just me, especially considering that the special summon happens during the end phase. That being said, we're going to move into coming down here, and of course, Imperial Order, the first card to be errated and come off the list, is now back on the list. The way decks were being built, yeah, you could shut out half your opponent's deck, and that's never a good thing. It needs to remain banned, even with the errata. So that's another hit to the Tri-Brigade deck. We're going to move into the limited section, and oh boy, a lot of things come down off the ban list, and there are a lot of things that are going to check things. Sorry, so Astrograph Sorcerer, okay, so I can see why this comes off. By itself, it's not really that powerful. It's not searchable in the Pendulum Magician deck. You actually have to draw into it, so having one copy, not that big of a deal. Destrudo, I think this right here makes Dragon Link the winner of the list, because they're actually getting a piece back off the list. This is a free summon out of the graveyard or the hand, even if it's for half their life points. It's going to allow them to do a lot of really other things and allow them to extend. Next up, we have Fairy Tale Snow. Okay, Fairy Tale Snow, this card coming off the list, actually got another card limited. And we'll go into it once we get there. And it goes Lunar Tiger. Yeah, putting this card in one is not that bad of a deal. At multiples, it allows the deck to function. I mean, at one allows the deck to function, at least maybe Rogue Tier. At multiples, it's just too crazy. So yeah, all right. So we got 4 cards off the list. Very cool. Literalist Reciting Starling. Yes, this was one of the new Literalist cards. It searches. It should be limited. Fine. Coming down, we have a couple of more things. All right, so we have Monster Gate. Okay, the predominant reason why we're seeing Monster Gate as well as Desires being limited is basically because of Fairy Tale Snow getting put back into the mix. Grandmaster decks are a major thing, and this allowing you to fill the deck with various cards and then banish them with Fairy Tale Snow when it hits the graveyard. Never a good thing. Same with Power of Desires. So they're trying to get ahead of Grandmaster decks before they become an issue. Okay, the other reason why Desires probably got hit is basically because of Sky Strikers. Sky Strikers have been tapping recently, and this is their key consistency card that they're using. Okay, so this was a hit, also another hit to Strikers. I'm going to come down here, so that's pretty much it for the limits. We're coming down to the semi-limits. A lot of new cards onto this. We have a Fusion Lives, gives hero decks another way to get monsters out of their deck for half their lifelines. Fusion Destiny, I can see why they put this at 2, but in my opinion, I would have much rather had Predator Plant, Vertic, and Anaconda right here. Not that many decks have the ability to run 5 slots to run this engine without Verte, so yeah, I just don't think this is a right hit at the current time. The Dear Servant, putting it to 2, alright, I guess. Some people wanted it at 1, but Great Circle, this is the card that adds a little extra consistency to Salmon Great X, which is great. OCG has this card at 2 for a while. Why shouldn't we? Scapegoat. I know the OCG recently put this card to 3 on their last list, but it looks like TCG Konami is going to be walking this card off the list, putting it to 2 on this list, and probably releasing it off on the next list. Astro Cards coming off. Danger Nessie, yeah, I saw this happening. Joker, I saw it happening. Red Eyes Darkest Smell Dragon, I saw it happening. Predominantly, they're not really big threats. Emergency Teleport, I actually had this on my list coming off the list. Alright, so it gives boost a lot of Psychic-type decks. We have Raikiki. This is the surprise card that I didn't think we will actually see at multiples. And we have it now. And then, last and not least, this is the card that I actually nearly did a backflip when I started coming off Skill Drain. I love Blanket Effect Negations. It just works so well in this game. It helps balance out the game. A lot of people don't like it because now they're forced to play back row removal, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. This card is a really awesome card. It helps keep the games in check. To be very honest, you're not going to see it all that much unless you're facing off against trap heavy builds. This card, you're not going to see that more often. It's not going to turn around and be hitting the metagame that hard. But guys, for the rogue decks that do use it, oh, we are very happy. But that is it for the list. Like I said, it is a good list. It hits a lot of problem cards. There are a few issues with the list here and there, but to be honest, this is Konami Games. We're just playing it, so they're gonna basically do what they need to do to help try to keep this game balanced. Okay, so that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Guys, check out the description box below. Find my TCG Player affiliate link. Help support the channel. Find my invite link to my Discord server. Join the conversation. We'd love to have you. Follow me on social media. And guys, until next time, peace.